Hey cash flowers, welcome back to the VIP Financial Education YouTube channel here. We help you go further, faster financially. I even have helped NASA engineers at Johnson & Kennedy Space Center's simplify investing. But today, we need to discuss an important topic that's been making headlines lately. It's the state of the economy and the potential for that looming recession everybody's been talking about. Now, despite the recession calls swirling around for over a year now, resilient consumers have managed to keep markets and the economy afloat. However, there are some concerning factors that could disrupt this stability. Pandemic savings are dwindling, wage growth has now slowed, and on top of that, student loan payments are about to restart. To make matters worse, Americans are already feeling pessimistic about the economy just as spending pressures are expected to increase. So let's go ahead and dive into the details and explore this together because I think there's potential challenges ahead. So make sure you stick around. Now, we've been talking about this for a while now, but there's some new data that's changing the landscape when it comes to whether or not we might be headed into a recession or perhaps a soft landing instead. And the resilience of American spending has really thus far prevented the anticipated recession that economists have been predicting for over a year. However, with consumers facing increasing reasons to tighten their budgets and their purse strings, the possibility of an economic downturn is growing more and more likely. Despite positive economic indicators such as low unemployment and reduced inflation, public sentiment regarding the economy, as measured by the University of Michigan's Consumer Sentiment Survey, remains near recession levels. Economist Darren Grant highlighted in a recent paper that positive economic data no longer offsets the negative perception that people have regarding personal financial strength. Since the start of the pandemic, there has been a significant decline in overall spending power, which has become the primary concern for many individuals. SoFi's head of investment strategy, Liz Young, recently expressed her skepticism about the sustainability of current spending levels, given the limited availability of savings that folks have and, of course, wage growth. Although household savings did reach record highs at the beginning of 2020, Federal Reserve data reveals a return to pre-pandemic levels of disposable income, which we here on the VIP channel call cash flow. According to the Bureau of Economic Analysis, the personal savings rate in the U.S. hovered around 4.6% in February, which is well below the multi-decade average of 8.9%. That's very, very concerning, folks. Bryce Doughty, who's the senior portfolio manager with Cit Investment Associates, he explained that pent-up savings, which peaked around $2.2 trillion during the pandemic, have now decreased to approximately $700 billion. Doughty predicts now that once savings reach around $300 billion, consumer spending will hit an absolute barrier. And he anticipates a shift in spending priorities, with luxury goods and travel being significantly impacted, while consumer staples will remain relatively stable. Now, it's obvious that Americans are trending the wrong way when it comes to their financial safety net. And to make matters even worse, Federal Reserve data is indicating that Americans are increasingly relying on those pesky, threatening, very deadly credit cards, with total credit card debt now nearing $1 trillion. So it's no wonder that people are relying on their credit cards more and more right now. And whenever you stop at your local grocery store and you find these high, sky high prices on almost everything, I can't remember the last time I went to the grocery store and I didn't spend over $100, even when just picking up what seems like a small basket full of items. I can't be the only one experiencing this. Make sure you let me know what your grocery store experiences have been in the comments section below. It's really wild how much inflation has hit our everyday spending. I'm feeling that, and I'm sure you are too. So I'd be curious to hear from you guys. Join that conversation and let me know how it's impacted you and your family. Although inflation has decreased from its highs of 9% last year to 4% in May, we do continue to feel it with our everyday purchases, and it does continue to erode that wage gain as well. Now, while wages caught up to inflation in June after 2 years of lagging behind, the Bureau of Labor Statistics actually reported the sharpest drop in real hourly compensation since 2020 compared to any other period since World War II, folks. According to Morgan Stanley strategist, as consumers face growing financial pressure in the coming months, particularly with the impending restart of student loan payments in October, discretionary spending is expected to experience a significant decline. Roughly 1/3 of borrowers doubt their ability to meet their student loan obligations, with average payments estimated between $300 and $400 per month. Imagine having to endure another $300 to $400 per month every month payment. And this coincides with a period of pessimism about the economy among consumers, despite strong spending that has propped up the economy amid the ongoing recession concerns. A potential silver lining in all of this, though, is the abundance of job opportunities. With 1.8 jobs available per person in May, the unemployment rate actually stood at 3.7%, slightly up from December's 3.5%, a period when the Federal Reserve had predicted unemployment would actually reach 4.6% by the end of 2023. So this means that despite the decline in spending, the demand for employment across various sectors may help mitigate the impact here. It's also good to note that our current situation does differ from a typical recession, where reduced spending is driven by widespread layoffs, as people can still find jobs even when they run out of money. The existence of 10 million job openings currently serves as a massive safety net in this unique equation. So really, there you guys have it. It may require some of you folks to get out there and get a second job and really pump up your earning power. But right now with this economy, it is pretty tricky. We've got some positives, we've got some negatives, but the most meaningful thing here is knowing what you can and you should be doing about it. First, it's crucial to know where you're at financially, have a solid idea of where you stand, and that's going to really help you create the best possible roadmap and game plan for the coming years. A great place to start in getting your budget down and understanding where your money is going, how much you're earning, and really what's left over at the end of each month on average is something that we call cash flow. And that's the single most powerful number to understand when it comes to growing your wealth. Cash flow equals freedom of choice. And you want to increase that number as much as you humanly can. A resource that we recommend is our Cash Flow Cruncher spreadsheet. It's a completely free tool. There's no strings attached to it. You can get that by downloading it cashflowcruncher.com. And once you've got your budget and your cash flow worked out, then it's important to look at your overall debt load to see if there are any manipulations that you can make in order to eliminate a large chunk of the higher interest costs that you'll be paying over time. The fact that Americans have piled up nearly $1 trillion in credit card debt just shows how desperately we need to work on that. Take a look at your debts, use your cash flow to eliminate those high interest accounts as quickly as you possibly can, and then absolutely pay those off in full every single month. Or you can look at utilizing various strategies to pay those debts off more quickly in more advanced ways, and we go into those strategies here on other videos, and I'll make sure I put some direct links for you in the description below for those, and I'll even throw them at the top of the screen to make it as easy on you as I can. Now, once you've got your debt in a solid place, then it's going to be time to take a look at ways to grow that cash flow. Again, we go in depth into various strategies here on the channel. We show you how to leverage your credit the right way, and you can even use OPM in order to drive that cash flow up, other people's money. It's an amazing way to properly use leverage where you can, again, rapidly pay it off quickly. Now, regardless of what happens to the economy as a whole, there will always be money-making opportunities that are out there. So the best possible thing you can do now is to get your finances under control and in order so that you can really strike when the iron is hot. When you spot an opportunity, you got to move quickly and really make sure that you analyze that and you have the resources in place in order to take advantage of it. So guys, that's it for today's video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Make sure you're a subscriber if you haven't already subscribed. If you're a longtime follower, thank you so much. I love all of you guys. We are trying to get to that 250,000 subscriber mark. So your likes and your comments and your subscriptions help very, very much. Thank you so much. Until we see you on the next video, make it a great day today and keep on cash flowing.